This was the moment Daniel Radcliffe met a First World War hero. Now 111 years old, Henry Allingham was about the same age as Daniel when he faced the horrors of the trenches, precisely what Daniel simulates this Sunday, Remembrance Day, on ITV1.
Happy birthday to you.
It's his 18th birthday. Jack, son of author Rudyard Kipling, spends it in appalling conditions at the front during the Battle of Loos. Jack had actually failed his medical. His eyesight was so poor. A cause for celebration, you might think, but his father, Kipling, pulled strings to get his son called up. Cruel, you probably believe, but as Daniel explains, Jack wanted to go too.
In the climate of that time, I suppose it was almost just a done thing. If you were young and able-bodied, and you were passionate about the war, and you wholeheartedly believed in it.
Kipling is played by David Haig, who bears a striking resemblance to the author. David wrote this film too and says Kipling adored his son John, nicknamed Jack. Sending his boy to war in no way diminished his love for him.
He was never a victim, as you say,
absolutely.
Dan. All John Kipling's peers wanted to fight for king and country. It was the last of those wars where those values were adhered to, rightly or wrongly, And any pressure that Kipling did put on him was only part and parcel of the flavour of the time, really.
His birthday celebrated, Jack went over the top. Another teenager thrust into a bloody conflict that killed millions.
The reaction when I first got into the trenches on this film was just one of... it's sort of incredible that any human beings ever had to live like that for any sustained period of time, years in some cases. And so I suppose you take less... it's very easy to take less for granted. I mean, it's overused phrase, but you actually think how bloody lucky you are.
After just 3 weeks in France and unable to see a thing, Jack Kipling was killed in action. From tomorrow, an exhibition here remembers him. His family never saw Jack again. And to this day, his body has never been found. Phil Bales, London Tonight, the Imperial War Museum.